Okay, Ryan from the future coming back here. And after editing the whole video of the Wisconsin Purdue breakdown, I realized it was going to be over 90 minutes long. So, for your sanity and to not force you to have to sit and watch a 90-minute video, we're going to break it down into two parts. So, this is the second half of Wisconsin versus Purdue. All right, puts us in a decent position for the punt. Okay, coming out second half again. We lose. I swear to you, these first downs, they're not on me. They were either not on the video that I had, the capper didn't record them, or they were missed in the broadcast, but they weren't there. But here we go, 2nd and 9, starting the third quarter. 3-by-1. We're gonna run the stick concept at the top of the screen. So we got a fade. And we got stick, stick in, stick in. Okay, depending on their leverage here, these guys also might convert them to out. But I think we knew how they were going to react on the outside here. Okay, get the ball out quickly. This is read pre-snap. We're peeking out here pre-snap. We don't like the leverage here, so we're going to work outside in on these stick routes. We're only going to look backside as if we like the leverage pre-snap. And he's working a burst corner, so I wouldn't like that. Okay, and this is a nice quick read. Tanner's looking out here and sees this guy bailing because essentially they're showing down, but they're working 2-over-1 or 2-over-2, excuse me, where this corner is essentially the flat defender. So he needs to come downhill on that, but really good job of Tanner recognizing and getting rid of the ball quickly. Again, modest game, but it's a game. It's a smart game. 3rd and 5. 2-by-2. Or sorry, 3-by-1. And we're coming out with the outside zone RPO. We'll look at the run here. You saw right there at the end, Braylon got a little hiccup in his step, and that slowed him down. But really nice job all around. Okay, so we're coming out. Let's look at alignments, and let's look at what we can eliminate pre-snap to make our post-snap decision making easier. All right, so we've got 3-over-3. This safety's down in the box. He's really aggressive. Bubble ain't there. Okay, now our eyes are going to be moving to number 4 for the give or the keep. Okay, he's coming down the line, but he's slowing down. Tanner's eyes are right here. He's looking at him right in the eyes. Easy give. Blocking outside. Let's read. See how we're reading this. Number 2 is already out. So we're going to go in. We're going to pick up number 1. Number 1 is in, so I'm out. And that's where I'm hitting. Right here, the decision where Braylon is going to run is already made. And right in between. That's how quickly outside zone can be read if you're looking correctly. Great job of breaking tackles by Braylon. Keeping those feet churning. Big thighs driving the knees. Fantastic. Okay, 1st and goal. This is one that is starting a running theme this second half of getting great drives, getting into a goal-to-goal situation and ending up settling for field goals. So let's see how we get there. We start out in a two-back set. So we've got 20 personnel. Jackson Aker in the game. So we essentially got split flow with a flat from the backside running back. So the backside running back's giving us a split flow. Dump it out in the flat. Again, let him do the work for us instead of keeping it. Okay, 15 comes crashing down inside. They don't recover downhill. Safety does a good job crashing. Let's see a better block out here by DK, and he knows it. But again, DK's not a very good blocker. It's something he needs to work on if he wants to move on to the next level. But we gain yards. Okay, 3-by-1 bunch, offset weak. Okay, so it looks like we're going to try and run the snag concept inside. Not there. Okay, Tanner trying to get what he can. Let's see how we get this coverage-wise. So they're going to jam inside here and try to disrupt so they can distribute the routes up here. Okay, and that actually does a pretty good job. That little hesitation, he's probably looking here to get it inside to Rucci. With that defender sitting right there, it's not there. Okay, so let's look at the routes again. Flat, and we're probably working to the corner with Rucci sitting down and then working out and then working back in. Not there. Protection-wise, pretty good, pretty solid. 5 for 5. Just doesn't open up. And Rucci tries to work across the, once he sits down, it's not there. He tries to work across the goal line. Not there. Outside receivers trying to run off. Nothing there. Get what we can. Come back to third down. Okay. So protection-wise here, this is tricky. We're trying to get the motion, and we're essentially trying to create a pick outside. But this time, they do a better job of trading off with the motion. So they're working, call variation of cover 2, where this outside corner is a flat defender. He's picking up first flat. So he's picking up first short. We're man here, okay, and we're looking to get over the top. Okay, so it shows like we're running man, where we're just trading. Okay, and this was what caught him last time. This time we got it. All right, and then protection-wise, let's see where the breakdown of protection came. So let's try to stop this. All right, so let's look pre-snap. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so alignment-wise, protection-wise. With this look, we want to probably be looking split flow or a half slide protection. So we're going to go outside here, 1, inside here, 2, bam, bam. And then I'm going to be working A gap, B gap, C gap. Running back would probably be looking backside A to overflow. Problem here is they're showing 4 wide is what we call it. 1, 2, 3, 4 with an extra defender here. He's working most likely a green dog blitz where he's coming if he doesn't see the running back. The running back steps out to him, he's going in coverage. The running back works wide. And again, I'm not faulting Braylon here. Looking at where he's set up, I think that's exactly where he's supposed to go. But then they're green dog blitzing the middle linebacker to bring the extra defender. Not much we can do there. That's a good play call. It's a good aggressive play call. And then we get the intentional grounding. I think it's a little bit BS, but it is what it is. So loss it down, 4th down, bring Vakos out, kicks the field goal. Okay. Good. This is a very good defensive play call because in a situation like this is where the defense puts Braylon in a bad spot because whoever he picks up is wrong. 31 is going to get there if middle linebacker doesn't get there. It is what it is. Okay, moving on later into the 3rd quarter. Okay, kick field goal. 3-by-1, offset to the strong side. So we got inside zone. Yep, inside zone, downhill. Okay, good job. Get low. Again, they got extra hats. They got 6. We got 5. We're reading the outside. He stays home. Able to just get underneath the blocks and drive forward. Control the line of scrimmage. And we control the ball. Sometimes the running back's got to make that extra guy miss. And it's not even that. It's just the backside lineman getting his hand free. All right. 3-by-1 offset weak. Outside zone this time. Keeps it. Looking for the outlet. Okay, we ran this last week with Skylar Bell. Little pivot route. Really good job. Okay, so this is old school triple option done in a new school way. Reading the edge defender here, crashing inside, pulls it out. Nice pivot route. Because what they're hoping for here is this safety screaming downhill. He's got QB contained, but the nice route by Chimray to get his guy too aggressive inside on the little sit route and then getting back outside. Nice route and a really good design there. Okay, 2x2. Got our receivers out really wide here at the top of the screen. Okay, play action. Taking a shot. Good throw out here. Okay, probably running a variation of slot fade. Can't see where the slot receiver goes because of the camera angle. But we've got CJ coming downhill. Probably a hitch route. Given how close he is. He's probably running to the sticks and sitting down. Reading the leverage. But nice timing. Let's just look at the protection and footwork here real quick. Okay. Little poke. Play action. Not bad distributing the defense around the quarterback. Huber's got to be a little bit more stout, and I'll let him get around the corner. Tanner takes a shot here at the end. Jesus. I want to see a quarterback get hit up by a throwing shoulder. But great job staying there. Wisconsin quarterbacks in the past panic in that situation. Not Tanner. All right, 3x1. Love this design. Okay, love this design. So speed option, variation of speed option. Got speed option in the backfield, but we're showing GT. I like the little bluff by Ashcraft to help seal that. Really causes overflow. Get that flat defender in conflict. Now he's the conflict defender. Whatever he does is wrong. Pitch it out. Great job. And what you can see with stuff like this too is we'll see it eventually. I think we're eventually going to see this action and Ashcraft sitting down looking for throw. I also think we could see with this as well is that Tanner will take a step here and then come back inside and follow behind his poles. Again, that's something to set up later. We're seeing how plays from week 1 are setting up plays in week 4. We had the bye week. We're going to see all sorts of fun stuff coming out. Nice play on second and short. 1st and 10. Split flow inside zone. RPO. Flat out dropped it. Nothing more you can say here. We're catching this aggressive safety in his back pedal. Whatever he does, it's 1,000 miles an hour. His back turned, throw it there. Absolute perfect ball. Nothing anyone can do other than catch this ball. Split flow, good blocking inside, right read, read the leverage pre-snap. Only other defender who can get out in the flat is this middle linebacker when he comes downhill. That's catch. Should be. 2nd and 10. Same action. Hands it off this time. Split flow. Looks like we're losing a little bit up at the top of the screen. Okay, so they're running a little bit of a stunt with the outside linebacker and the inside linebacker, little cross blitz. So he's going to step out, work back inside so they can what we call scrape exchange and set up this coming back to the outside. Unfortunately, what this does with Ches is he sees him go inside, so he thinks he can bump it outside, and there's a linebacker sitting right there. By then, it's too late. Now, also doesn't help that Malman ends up on his butt. Furtney misses his guy, or doesn't at least contain and doesn't control him. He ends up making a tackle from his knees. But Good defense. Sometimes the defense does a good job. 3rd and 11. Okay, 10 personnel, offset weak, and 3-by-1. Okay, checking what we see. Let's see what we like. Another fantastic throw by Tanner. All right, so we're running. This was my play of the week this week on my Good, the Bad, and the Ugly review on Substack. So we got a vert fade out here. We're gonna have the curl out, whatever you want to call it here, and we're gonna be working back across the field here. So he's gonna be working under the first defender, over the second, and we're working fade out here. Okay, so we're looking outside in. Any kind of four vert, we read the softest corner from outside across. Okay, so we got loose alignment out here. Or not loose, but better alignment because it's the wide side of the field. Again, the bug not helping matters. But fantastic ball placement. Only place our guy can catch it. Pass protection looking pretty good. Braylon doing a nice job of coming back and helping, working inside out. Helping Huber there after he got beat. Nice concentration here by DK. Seeing the ball, finding the ball. Great throw. Okay, 1st and 10. 3-by-1, offset weak, motioning, orbit motion, split flow. A lot of moving parts. And again, here's another example of the scrape exchange. Okay, so this is really good defensive play right here. Inside linebacker. Okay, so he's reading these blocks in here. So when he sees down, he's working across. Outside backer squeezing because his guy is going inside. So he's squeezing. He's going to look to wrong arm the split flow, and then linebacker is going to flow over the top to take this gap. Okay, now what should have been Tanner's key here is that this end, he's not looking at him, but he's not looking at the running back. He's looking inside. So when he's looking straight inside, to me, that tells me that he's not worried about anything coming outside of him because he knows there's going to be somebody there. And that's exactly where this middle linebacker goes. Okay, controls it. Okay, we get a great wrong arm from number 4. Again, good defensive play. Good defensive play trumps offensive execution. Okay, split flow with the motion. Nice push by Braylon. Blocking wise, again, we get a free guy because we don't get off on the double team. Because we really can't. So we're setting up here. We got our read man out here. We got our 6 blockers here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, who do we miss? Okay, so if we look from the right to the left, we get good push here, get a double team to the backer here. Furtney, he's working with, looks like he's trying to work with Bortolini here, and I think what happens, this guy beats Bortolini inside. Okay, Bortolini gets caught on a slant, basically. He have his weight too much inside. He should be thinking going vertical with his footwork. With this guy aligned right here, okay, he needs to step upfield, not step in on inside zone. Because he needs to be the one who works off to this linebacker. And just that, allowing him to get a hand on there. Now, again, we want to nitpick. We get a lot of guys on the backside who don't control the inside arm of their defenders, and we end up getting gang tackled. Now, fantastic push. Bortolini getting dirty in there and trying to get his jersey dirty a little bit and trying to dig him out. We get a good push, but bad footwork kills that play from the beginning. 3rd and goal. Okay, I think we're going to get another really good blitz call here by Purdue. Almost get away with it. Okay, so we end up getting here. Protection-wise, looks like we're going to go full slide. Okay, it's exactly what we get. And again, they have most likely here what we call a green dog blitz, where this defender right here is reading Braylon. If Braylon comes outside here to this edge defender, he's going to go. If Braylon runs a route, he's going to run with him. If Braylon runs inside, he's going to run with him. But because he steps out here for this defender, that's his indicator to go. Now we're going to be full slide everybody inside, so we're thinking B gap, A gap, strong side A gap, strong side B gap, and we're working outside. So where do the extra defenders come from? So first it's going to come here. And then Furtney gets beat. Is that Furtney? Yes, it is. Furtney gets beat. So that doesn't help. Okay, Borderlini kind of gets beat. He kind of gets caught backpedaling. So they bring a lot of pressure, and we just can't pick it up. Great defense. Again, you got to give the defense credit where credit is due. And right there, it's due. They earned it. All right. So we're moving on. And this is another example of Tanner being strong in the pocket. Motioning from 3x1. Trying to hit the wheel. We end up getting Rucci kind of gets beat on a move here to the outside, pass protection. So we're trying to get, looks like again, they're trying to get full slide. Protection-wise, not the greatest, but Tanner's staying strong in the pocket, running Bell across, and they're going to run CJ coming back inside, probably on a slant. Again, hard to tell. They had such potential with this camera angle. So yeah, they're running the runoff with the crosser slant. And again, really good job of him standing strong in the pocket and getting it there. So moving on. 1st and 10, 3x1. See what we got here? A little inside zone. Getting the noses down. Okay, slow play by this edge defender. Forced a handoff. This is, again, decent defense, but we got enough of a push where we can drag the pile forward a little bit. Okay. 2nd and 6. Procedure penalty again. And again, this has nothing to do with cadence. This has nothing to do with anything like that. It's the late movement of the defensive line that causes the offense. Again, guaranteed, he was told all week he's got to be faster coming out of his stance. He's got to be quicker. He's got to be more mobile. And that makes him edgy. And he put a little bit of pressure. You know, game's now down to a 10-point lead. Game that we had a 21-point lead at one point. Purdue's starting to play really good defensively. Offense needs to sustain a drive. And we get jumpy. So we turn a 2nd and 6 and a 2nd and 11. Really changes the play call. Split flow inside zone. And this time, Purdue was ready. Purdue's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the box. Okay, they're bringing the extra defender down. They think that pressure is going to help them get this. Okay, and it's been working. They've been bringing extra. They've been doing really nice with their blitz schemes. So now they're going to have that extra hat for the run game. And where do these defenders come from? Okay? And that's, again, it's a great blitz. Scrape exchange blitz. Step inside, coming downhill. So we occupy the blockers. It's almost like how we set up a run play, where it's essentially these guys, these defenders in here are blocking. So this edge guy can come screaming down the line unblocked and get through. Okay, it doesn't hurt that this play side D tackle beats Bortolini. Yeah, Bortolini got just smoked. He's down blocking. Okay, who's that guard? Is that Furtney? No, it's Wettig. Wettig steps too far inside on this down block. He tries to cross his face when he should have just been washing him out. Yeah, it's great defensive play. 3rd and 14. 3-by-1. Offset to the field. They're bringing pressure. Tanner stays strong. And here we get a leverage read miscommunication. Okay, so let's look at the leverage and let's figure out what we're trying to do here. Now, based on alignment, I think what Tanner's looking for is he's looking for Bryson Green to carry this up the sideline, work up the numbers, and work outside based on alignment. His guy's running, and he breaks downhill. So I really do think he was expecting him to keep running here. And we didn't get it. Again, situationally too. We're not running a 3rd and 14. We're not running a 10-yard route. We want to get the first down. So, not a good read by Bryson. And Bryson's had a frustrated couple of weeks here where he hasn't been getting the ball as much as he thought he would. Even though what his role has been in the offense is exactly what that receiver does in Longo's system. Okay, so we're getting a similar setup to the big play to DK, where we're running the crosser, we're running the stick. We're also running, so we're just running an inverted stick out there. We got the hitch on the outside and the seam on the inside. But this is the read out here. If it's not there, then he's going to be waiting for the crosser. But back miscommunication. Luckily, we have a kid with a fantastic leg as a kicker, and we get important field goal. All right, 2-by-2, offset to the field. Inside zone. Okay, we get beat. Uchi's not going to like this rep. Okay, working too wide, getting caught, flat-footed. He's got to be working to his inside shoulder, not his outside. He would have been helped if he'd be looking. What he's looking here is when you're working any kind of, inside zone scheme, you want to close this gap down. So he actually wants to be stepping down and then getting vertical because this guy's already pretty wide. If he opens up too wide to catch him, especially with his offset alignment here, he could end up getting too far outside and get caught inside. And that's exactly what happens. And we get blown up in the backfield. Okay, split flow. Looking to get the ball out. This time the defense picks it up. Okay, they're learning. They're learning from their mistakes. So they motion across. Number 10 does a better job of staying level. Number 21 does a really good job of staying home. So I think here also by this alignment here, I think Tanner is looking at the motion too long, and he picks probably the wrong person in this zone read situation where I think he should be reading 21. Now, 4 is in the scheme is probably who the read is. And if I'm going to get a guess here, nobody blocks 4 either. No. But 4 crashes really hard. He's unblocked, and he ends up making the tackle. But with 21 standing there, that's a tough play for Tanner. Okay, but he tries. Again, really good defense. They're playing better. They're making better decisions on defense. Okay. Coming out here. Outside zone again. Okay, and this is a really good angle to work on the read. Okay, so we're reading 2 to 1. So this block first, then this one. In a 2-back alignment with the outside zone. I like that. With Acre. Okay, so number 1 is out. I'm sorry, number 2 is out. We're looking to number 1. Number 1 is out. Okay. If I'm Ches, I'm cutting it here. Okay. He's already out. And it causes me to maybe slow play this a little bit too much. But what I'd like to see is he's out, bang it right there. And you're saying, well, he would have, if we banged it inside here, number 5 come down the line, going to tackle him. Sure, probably. But look at all the effort that Ches makes to gain a yard and a half. Can't tell me that if he would have taken about 15 less steps, given a lot less effort, he would have gained the same thing. So it's, again, cost benefit ratio is what we're looking at. All right, shifting to 3x1 speed option. Tanner takes this too wide. So a big part of speed option is not only reading the read man, but reading the flow of the defense. And what ends up happening here is he ends up widening and stepping back. He should be coming downhill at number 4. Instead, he widens. And that allows 4 to essentially play both of them. If he would have come more downhill, I think he would have seen 4 was working really wide, and he could have cut it back inside here a little bit better, maybe reading this block a little bit more. But instead, he takes it a little bit wide, and I think he has a lot of effort to gain a yard. We see how wide the defense is set up, cut up right there. Again, now you're asking a quarterback to cut inside the tackles. Maybe most quarterbacks don't want to do that. I understand that. But we run this a little more downhill. He's cutting up that hash mark right there. Upfield touchdown. No, not touchdown, but it's a decent game. But we live to tell the tale again. 3rd and 6. 3x1 bunch. Okay, gonna run the stick or the snag again. Again, good feet. Set up. So we're working outside with the wheel from the tight end. We're working the crosser and then the return route out and then in. Opens up the window. Underneath route pulls the linebackers down to give space to the outside receiver coming back in. Great catch by Chimray. And we're moving again. 1st and 10 in Purdue territory, 48-yard line. Okay, check out the line. Let's see if we can figure out why. Okay, communicating protection. Great pickup. Just a little long. Okay, so let's see if we can adjust anything up here that could have made this a little bit easier. Let's look at the routes. I got a goal ball at the top of the screen. So we're working wheel here. We're working curl, I believe. Let's see. Working, yeah. Curl, dig, potentially. Again, DK not the greatest working ground defenders. Gets jammed up. But what that essentially does is create a pick. let's look at Tanner's footwork. Okay, little play action, set up. Yeah, I think Tanner's problem here is he doesn't really set up, and he's fading away to the sideline as he throws. So that's going to probably cause it to, run over his shoulder a little bit more than he wants. If he can get out here a little bit and keep his shoulders a little square to the line of scrimmage, so if he can stay a little bit square, get this toe pointing a little more upfield, I think he can lead him a little bit better. He's got a step, but just that little bit of over rotation to the sideline causes the ball to roll over his shoulder. But nice shot to take. All right, 2nd and 10. GT. Okay, yeah, and that's where Ches gets hurt. That's a real shame. We're going to miss him. Not only first play on the field, I've been saying the whole year, I think he fits this offense perfectly. But leadership, veteran presence is really key. And, that shoulder to cry on when the coaches are yelling at you is important. And that's the unsung, role of the captain sometimes, or team leader. You gotta have those guys to go to when you don't want to go to the coaches. Until the coaches don't know what you're doing, then they don't want to play you. But he will be a part of the program still. You'll basically see him turn into kind of a de facto assistant running back coach and mentor for the younger guys. Going to help guys like Jackson Aker and Katie Akamelli fill his role. It's going to take 2 guys to fill his role, if not more. All right, moving on. 3rd and 11. Okay, so they try to set up the screen here. I like the call. I haven't shown screen yet today. They're trying to catch them off balance in a long situation, trying to catch them playing off the ball. So nothing bad about the play call. Let's look at the execution. So what they're going to end up doing here is they're going to end up 7-7. And there's not much you can do in a blitz situation, in a screen situation where they catch us in a blitz. And they do a smart thing by having this guy out here just kind of sit. He recognizes screen and disrupts it. That's actually really good, because if he's not there, when we look at the point where the ball's thrown, if number 5 keeps going, stop it right here. If number 5 is anywhere up here, CJ catches his ball, he tucks under this block on this poor cornerback, and he's got 4 guys leading him into the end zone. So the play call was absolutely a good call. And this is smart. This is a well-coached defense. Number 5 does a fantastic job recognizing the play. Not much you can do there. Right call offensively. Right call for the situation. Better defense. Okay. That kills that drive. We come back here after the turnover. We got the 12 personnel in. Outside zone. Braylon, great cut. Getting downhill. Moving on. We're moving. Same personnel. We're on the stretch action this time. Big body. Okay, offensive line. Pretty decent on the point of attack. Okay, except for Rucci, misses his guy, lets him get, again, he gets beat inside. He's overcompensating, going outside, gets beat inside. But strong legs by Braylon were able to still gain yards. Gets us into 3rd and 1. Again, 12 personnel. Making an adjustment on the line. Flip the back. They bring the house. Braylon breaks one tackle, and we're gone. And again, this was all Braylon because they're sending the house. Absolutely sending the house. If they build a play action off of this or an RPO after this, that would be great, but there's going to be nothing on the second level. So all Braylon has to do is make one guy miss, in which he does. Okay, great play to cap us off. Awesome. All right. And that, coming to the 2-point conversion. Okay. So we're going to talk about this. So, going for 2, up 19 points with 3.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Luke Fickell's explanation was, that's what the book says. And with the way that Purdue was playing offensively, he needed every point he could get. True on all those statements, but he could have just ended it with, that's what the book says. Because again, we use the same book, and I'll put it up right here again. You can see the chart, and you can see up 19 points, we go for 2. Now, is this Phil Longo adding salt to the wound by calling the Philly special again? Probably. But again, it's the movement, and it's what it's setting up later is what I like. I mean, all's fair in love and war. We're going for 2. Doesn't matter what play we call, as long as it works, right? All right. And that was it. So 38-17. Really strong first half. Procedure penalties and mental mistakes with drop balls slowed us down in the second half, but we came out and we scored. I think we scored on like 5 of the first 7 drives. When you get field goals, when you got a solid field goal kicker, that helps. Defense is creating turnovers. We're minimizing mistakes. I think Purdue played good defensive football when they needed to. They picked the perfect opportunity to have good plays. And that put us in bad situations. But we still won by 21 on the road on a Friday night to start Big Ten play. Going into the bye, what I'd like to be seeing here is, again, we continue building off of what we've done so far this year. All these plays were installed in camp. And all these plays were installed in the spring. You know, air raid teams are famous for saying we can install the entire offense in 3 days. And they probably did. But what they're doing now is, as the season goes, they've started with their base package. That's why the Buffalo game was a little bit vanilla. And now every week going forward, they're adding, they're tweaking, and they're building off of what was there before. So what you're essentially doing is you're allowing the defense to get comfortable with what you're doing, and then you build in the counter to it. And then the next week you build into the counter to the counter. And it keeps going like that. And that's how you can take a very simple offense in terms of, you know, the amount of scheme. Hey, you write it down. They're not running a ton of scheme, but they run enough little variations and adding tweaks and tags and RPOs and route adjustments and all these kind of things that to the defense looks like completely different plays. To the offense, it's moving one guy or another. And it's little adjustments that allow us to tailor what we're doing to the defense and allows us to build week to week to exploit the strengths of the defense. So we're moving in the right direction. Already through 4 games, we've had 3 games over 400 yards of total offense. Last year, we only had 5. So we're already on track. And we're getting there. Defense needs to shore some things up. We need to get better in run defense. Great thing about the old Jim Leonard defenses is he pretty good, easy to call defense when half your defense is going to end up in the NFL. I think a lot of guys on our defense right now are going to be going pro in something other than sports. So they're doing what they can. They're still learning the adjustments to the defense that's coming in from the new staff. They're running a lot of stuff that they ran in the past. Just it looks different when guys other than Nick Herbig and Keanu Benton are running it. Offensively, we're building. Now we're gonna have to see how the run game changes with, again, probably two running backs replacing Ches instead of one. Two different body types, two different playing styles. Uh, does this mean Braylon's touches increase? Probably, but then you run the risk of an already injury prone running back getting injured again, and now you change things even more. So it'll be real interesting to see how we come out of the bye against Rutgers, but we're in a good spot. 3-1, and we're playing better every week. We're getting better, and it's just going to keep growing. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next, or in 2 weeks, excuse me, with the Rutgers breakdown. Probably get out either a one shot or something other next week during the bye. But other than that, make sure to check out Locked On Badgers. I'll be making another appearance this week, and look at the last ones. Another great place to ask questions. If you got any questions on anything we're doing, ask them in the comments, and I could definitely uh, comment on that in the next video. Until then, thank you for watching.